How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier season 1, episode 1. I don't actually know if there's going to be more than one season, but anyway. Wow, this was definitely an episode 1. I gotta say, a lot happened. Anyway, let's start with Sam. Man goes in and the episode just starts off with like a fight scene. Man, it's like, oh, man goes in on a rescue op. Actually, he's rescuing a guy from a group of bad guys in Tunisia, and he's got to rescue this army dude before they cross the Libyan border, because apparently that's a big no-no nowadays. Within the confines of the show, and he just barely manages it. Like, we see it, obviously he skirts the border, like, ooh, which was pretty cool. We also find out that Sam knows Arabic, which, again, pretty cool. Can come in handy when you're dealing with people in other countries. To know their language. My cousin, yes, my cousin. Oh no. Anyway, uh, let's see what else. Bucky. Oh no, hold up. Before Bucky, Sam then gives the shield to the Captain America Museum and says, like, he gives up the shield, right? The shield that Steve has entrusted to him. More on this later. Um, and him and Rhodey have a heart to heart about how you know, does the world really need a symbol nowadays? Does it not? They have like a heart to heart while looking at the museum pieces and whatnot. Anyway, on to Bucky, the other half of the show's title, the Winter Soldier. Bucky has a nightmare of him killing a bunch of people, including one person who was what's the word? Who was just there, right? Bad, wrong place, wrong time. Essentially, is what it was, and it was unfortunate. As a result of this, now obviously it's a nightmare. Within the nightmare, he says "Hail Hydra," and it actually made me think for a second that Bucky had reverted to the Winter Soldier mentality, like the original Winter Soldier mentality. Like, even though Hydra's dead now, pretty sure. But obviously, no, it's a nightmare, and then we see him in therapy, and he's like denying having a nightmare, and then they go through the steps of like making amends and whatnot. It's just like rule 1, rule 2, rule 3. What was it? Nothing illegal, no hurting people. And I guess the last one's like identify yourself, or like your past wrongs or whatever. They never actually fully explained rule 3. It just showed Bucky saying, "I am no longer the Winter Soldier," which was in and of itself an oddity, but whatever. The scene then changes. Obviously, oh, okay, no, hold up. Before the scene changes, so the shrink asks Bucky for his phone, right? And she checks, and he's got less than 10 numbers on his phone. I don't answer my phone, and even I have more than 10 numbers, so that says a lot, right? Like, that really says a lot. He's apparently been ignoring Sam's texts, which I find odd, but I'm sure we'll explore that in the later episodes. I don't actually know how many episodes this is, but I'm just very happy that this is a 50-minute episode and there's actually something happening. Anyway, uh, then the scene switches to Bucky meeting with an old army buddy. I think his name is Yuri. We're just gonna because they're going out to lunch or whatever. Said old army buddy is in an argument with his neighbor. Apparently the neighbor has been throwing his trash in Yuri's trash can. Don't do that. Use your own trash can. Like, please don't throw your stuff in other people's trash cans, because that can lead to a lot of problems, right? Like, if you... Okay, I'm not going to extrapolate up to why it can lead to a lot of problems, but it can. Let's just leave it at that. Do not throw your trash into other people's trash cans. Like, use your own trash can. Anyway, so, Bucky and Yuri go out to lunch, and wingman of the century right here. This old dude literally gets Bucky a date. Because Bucky's just like, no, I'm not a people person and whatnot. You know, he's got that mentality. So Yuri's like, he wants to take you out on a date. He tells the bartender waitress girl, he wants to take you out on a date, and she agrees. And I'm just like, this man really out here being wingman of the century, if not the millennium. Like, I love this. Right? Like, it's amazing. Okay. Now, pan back out to Tunisia, and the guy that Sam saved is out on the street, right? I think it's Red Flag is the name of the organization that he's trying to stop. He gets beat down by the by the leader. Like, he gets like 2-3 shot unconscious. Like, he gets disarmed, knocked to the ground, and then knocked out. Yeah, so 3 shot. He literally got disarmed, nearly quite literally, knocked to the ground, and then knocked out. He literally curb stomped this the army dude whose name I forget because I am terrible at names. Now, back to Sam. Apparently, not all is well with his family. His sister's trying to sell the boat that was left to him and her. She put the house as collateral. He tries to get him a loan, but unfortunately, with him being missing in the blip for 5 years, well, unfortunate as it is, he gets denied, which his sister knew was going to happen. Although her reasoning for why they got was well, it was because of racism. You know, she figured we'd get denied because of racism, and that's what it is, right? I like. Do I mention the reasoning that she thinks is the reason why they got denied or not? Yeah, we're gonna mention it. We're getting political out here. It's not even being political. Like, the bank dude was being an absolute dick. He was like, oh my god, you're the Falcon. Can I get a selfie with you and the wings out? And I'm just like, bruh, like, you're out here denying them a bank loan and you want a fucking selfie? Nah, that's not how that works. Like, if you give them the loan, then you can ask for a selfie. But like, you can't be like, nah, man, I ain't giving you money, and then be like, hey, can I have a selfie? No, that's not how that works. Don't be racist, and maybe you can get a selfie. Like, well, I mean, don't be racist, period, obviously, but like, you know, if you want to ask for a selfie, don't be racist first of all. Like you don't go up to like LeBron James and like shout out slurs, and be like, hey, LeBron, can I get a selfie with you? Like, are you dumb? But anyway, of course, she was proven right. But Sam is very stubborn on not wanting to sell the boat. Oops, sorry. I meant to adjust my laptop. But yeah, he's very stubborn on not wanting to, but because it's split between them half and half, both sides need to agree. So both sides need to agree. Unfortunately, Sam's not gonna agree. He's like, I guess you could say old-fashioned that way. Now, back to Bucky, right? That's pretty much the Sam. Oh, hold up! Before we finish the Sam storyline, Sam finds out that his army buddy got a broken orbital. And they watch over the video of him getting beat down in 3 moves. Now, oh, we also find out at the end of the episode that the DoD head in the show is an absolute asshole and is disregarding the wishes of a dead man, or an old man at the very least. We don't know if Steve is dead. Actually, he's just a very old man, 100-plus-year-old old man, but an old man nonetheless. And they've created a new Captain America. This is very unfortunate. Oh wow, this video is long. That's because there's a lot that happens in this episode. Anyway, this is very unfortunate. We're probably gonna explore this in the coming episodes. I'm hoping it's not too long. Like, I'm hoping Falcon or Winter Soldier, Bucky and Sam like team up to episode 2 and they just knock it out of the park and take the shield back. Like, that's not okay. You don't just disregard the wishes of somebody and like that. That's not okay. Like, the true symbol of America is Steve Rogers. Steve's wishes is for the Avengers to continue it on, or more specifically Sam, but also the comics, it's Bucky who's Captain America too. So they could have just done that. But anyway, maybe they'll do that later. Maybe not. Who knows? Anyway, back to Bucky. He goes on the date, and they play battleships. He's very losing, and then something the girl says gets him to leave the date. According to him, it went pretty well. So I guess he's not upset. But he went to go to Yuri's house, and he saw Yuri's son. Guess who Yuri's son is? That's right. Yuri's son is the guy who was wrong place, wrong time, killed by Bucky Barnes, by the Winter Soldier. Well, that's a shocker. Not really, but it kind of hints towards it because of like he seems to feel very guilty every time Yuri's son is mentioned, and I'm just like, oh no. Which is like, oh no. I don't like where this is going, and yeah, it went there. But anyway, overall series premiere, pretty good. As an episode overall, pretty good. I liked it. It was action packed. It wasn't ridiculously slow paced. It was actually full length. We got some action scenes. We got some non-action scenes. It's a full superhero TV show episode, as opposed to the only one thing happened in WandaVision. And I say that as someone who really likes Wanda Maximoff as a character. She is my second favorite Marvel character of all time. So, the first one's Jean Grey, for those wondering. But, like, anyway. Yeah, this was a good episode overall. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought of it down in the comment section down below. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like and subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay bright.